There are moments in a courtroom that last only seconds but haunt the internet for weeks. An accused man walks into court for the first time. He's facing the most serious charges imaginable. The possibility of life or death hangs over the room. And then he smiles. That single expression has sparked outrage, confusion, and millions of views across YouTube and social media. Today, we're breaking down the first in-person court appearance of Tyler Robinson, the man allegedly connected to the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, and why this brief hearing has become one of the most talked about true crime moments online. Stay with me, because what happened inside that courtroom may shape public perception long before a trial ever begins. Before we go any further, it's important to be clear. This case is ongoing. Tyler Robinson is presumed innocent under the law. Nothing discussed here is a verdict, only what was publicly observed and widely reported. Charlie Kirk was a high-profile political figure, and his death instantly became national news. Because of that visibility, every development in this case is now unfolding under an intense spotlight. After weeks of remote hearings, Robinson made his first in-person appearance in court, and almost immediately, clips from the courtroom began spreading across YouTube, TikTok, and X. Not because of testimony, not because of evidence, but because of how he appeared. Tyler Robinson is seated beside his attorneys. He appears calm, relaxed, and then a smile. Some describe it as a grin. Others call it a smirk. A few say it looked like nervous energy. But the internet largely agreed on one thing. It felt wrong. Comment sections exploded with questions. How can someone smile in a moment like this? Is he detached from reality? Is this arrogance or fear? This is how courtroom optics work. Before a single witness is called, before opening statements, public opinion begins forming based entirely on body language, and that can be dangerous. Here's something many people don't realize. Body language is not evidence. Experts often warn that smiling can mean many things: nervousness, psychological coping, shock, or even discomfort with being observed. But online, nuance rarely survives. The moment was slowed down, zoomed in, froze-framed, and suddenly millions of strangers were analyzing one person's face, drawing conclusions from a single expression. This is why defense teams often worry about cameras, which brings us to the next major moment from the hearing. During the hearing, Robinson's attorneys raised concerns about media access and courtroom filming. They argued that the intense coverage could interfere with his right to a fair trial. At one point, portions of the discussion were briefly restricted from public view. That alone became controversial, because in high-profile cases, people tend to ask one question immediately: what don't they want us to see? But legally, this isn't unusual. Defense teams often try to limit exposure, not because of guilt, but because juries are human, and humans are influenced by headlines, thumbnails, and viral clips. Still, the damage was already done. The footage was out there, and the internet had made up its mind about something, even if it couldn't agree on what. Here's a detail many viewers didn't consciously notice, but still reacted to. Tyler Robinson appeared in civilian clothing, not a jail uniform. This is intentional. Courts often allow it to preserve the presumption of innocence, so a defendant doesn't visually appear guilty before a trial ever begins. But visually, the effect is powerful. To some viewers, he didn't look like someone facing capital charges. He looked ordinary, and that contrast unsettled people. Prosecutors have indicated that the death penalty is a possible outcome if Robinson is convicted. That fact alone changes how every second of footage is interpreted, every expression, every movement, every whisper between attorneys. This was not a trial, not even close, but it was the first time the public saw the accused man in the same physical space where his fate may eventually be decided. And that makes moments like this emotionally explosive. This case is now a perfect example of modern true crime culture, not driven by evidence, but by perception, not shaped by verdicts, but by viral clips. Long before a jury is selected, millions of people already feel like they know who this person is. And that raises uncomfortable questions. Can someone truly get a fair trial in the age of viral video? Should cameras be limited in cases like this? And how much power should public reaction have over justice? As this case continues, court appearances will move from brief moments to life-changing decisions, and we'll be here to break it all down, carefully, responsibly, and without speculation. If you want clear updates, courtroom analysis, and true crime stories that respect the facts, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think cameras should be allowed in cases this high profile? Or do viral moments like this make fair trials impossible? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next case.